G'day guys, Andy Thomas here from Wolf on the Run. Today I'm going to share with you phone. Sorry about that, people on the phone or whatever. Today I'm going to talk to you about a little idea I've had. It's just a cheap fishing box from Kmart, and we're going to convert it into keeping all our storage in for the camera gear and recording gear for what we use for the vlogs. So yeah, bear with us, I'll bring you over. Alright, so there's the box we got. Just a little fishing box from Kmart. There's my Stealth Drift, GoPro Session 4, a couple of battery packs, charging systems, voice recorder, because the Stealth that I use on my helmet doesn't have an internal mic, so I use a voice recorder and edit it all afterwards. All the cables, earphones, extra mics, GoPro mounts, bits and pieces, SD cards, USB, a few brackets, tripods. Yeah, so you get the idea. Alright, so that's going to speak for itself. We're just going to fill that with the cables, the bits and pieces. Yeah, we'll come back to that. What I've got is some sticky back foam. This is what the concrete is used for, that expansion joint. You can get this out of Bunnings. Normally it goes stuck onto the wall, then they peel that bit off after they've done the concreting, and that stays on the joint. Just gives a bit of expansion between the concrete and wall or something like that. But that's what we're going to use. I've also got some packaging foam that I took out of a bit of packaging. I just keep bits and pieces like that, so that'll be ideal for the bottom. Alright, let's get started. Measure the bottom of the box. Something. Cut your piece out. I've got a piece of white Perspex that's also from Bunnings. I'm going to cut a little piece out and make a divider for it. So there I just measured that and cut a little piece out. I'm going to slip that inside there as a divider. So here's my pieces of foam. So I'm going to put that in the bottom first. This I'm going to hot glue gun to there, put a piece in there. Wait for the gun to warm up. Now the bit of problem I've got is the camera I'm talking to you on. It's a little bit big height wise for catching on there, so I might have to cut a hole in the bottom so that it sits in there. I haven't laid it out, set it out or anything, so I've got to play with things, see what goes where. I might not be able to get those battery packs in. I've got the Drift, I've got the GoPro, I've got the camera I'm talking to you on. All those bits and pieces can go in there. That can go possibly in there. We can pack that up so that goes there. Or we can actually get the GoPro in that part there as well. But just lay the things about and just see what you think, what goes where. A few mounts, I can always strip those down. Just a little gorilla tripod and the GoPro mount. There are a couple of GoPro mounts. This one's normally on the bike, but I've took it off the bike for now. It was wearing on the U-bolt, so I just got a new U-bolt stud, got to put it back on. Alright, I've brought you down on the little GoPro so I can show you the actual camera that I use. It's a little Panasonic. So basically I've got to try and get that measured out and put into there. So I think I might put it that way, as I was saying, look, it's a little bit high, so it's got to go one way or the other, probably that way. Or do I put the screen down? No, put that side down. Yeah, once I cut a hole in the foam, so I'm going to push that right up to there. I'll draw around it. Hopefully by doing that I've eliminated that issue, which I have. Perfect. So that will sit nicely on top of there and hold that flat. So yeah, that's good. Alright, back up on the other tripod. Let's get rid of that one. So as I say, I've cut that out so that it'll sit that camera in. That's perfect. I might put a little something on the bottom just to stop it rubbing, and a little bit of felt or something like that. So I think I'm going to put my GoPro there, or do I put that there? That's too high. I'm not going to mess with that angle because that's set for my helmet. So that's going to go there. I'm going to put that there. That's going to go that way down. So I can put that there. I'll mark around that. I'm going to put my voice recorder there. Again, I'll mark around that. Let's start cutting some foam. Well, first of all, I'll rub some of this to go around the sides. Tell you what, I'll bring you over the top. Okay, I hope that's better. You can just see I'm just lining inside these around the edges of the markings that I've done. I'm not sticking them down yet, I'm just placing them in. Okay, that will do for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick some stuff down there. I'm going to actually make it on this. So I'll stick this down so it's raised up. Just want to go to the edge of my camera there. You say it's just peel off, stick your back. It's fantastic stuff. So easy to use. Basically, I want to raise it up. Obviously, that one's 32 I know. So that one I needed to raise. Not that one. There you go. No dramas. All right, let's get that in there. So I'm going to want a couple of these. Should I go again? That's the question. Should I go again? Yeah, because I don't want right down low, do I? Alright. Put that on there. And across the back. No, that one. Yep. You see what I'm doing? I'm just framing it just so it will hold it comfortable. There you go, that's the idea, look. Put that one in there, let's trim that down. Small, look at that. As you can see, I'm not measuring nothing, it's just all guesswork. It's too short, cut another one. If it's too long, give it another trim. There you go. So yeah, you can see the idea. Just going to surround it with foam. That's got a nice little position now. That's going to hold itself in there. I might go another piece a little bit up, see what the height's like, whether I can get my fingers in. I can always cut a couple of notches out just to get my fingers. But I think that might do it. Just when I put that on, I don't want it falling forward inside and rattling about, so I might just put another one around it. But no, that's perfect. That's a good fit. Alright, next one, this. So what we can do is we can use the side of that one. Which way did I do it before? That way. I'm just concerned about that being there. Unless I push it that way a little bit. Yep. I'll cut a piece to go along the front of there. Height wise, about there. Cut it in half. I'll take that piece off. Cut it out of that so it's a little bit wider. Half of that. Like you say, there's no wrong ways, there's no right ways. It's all trial and error just to make it work the best for you, whatever your cameras or your equipment. Just, yeah, somewhere to keep everything in one place. That's better. That looks better. I might have to trim this here to go around this camera, but I can come back to that one. I'll swap you over to the GoPro once we've done around the GoPro. So that's there. That's going to sit forward of that now, I think, because it's a little bit tight on there. So I'll double up on that at the back, which was the same height. Hope you see all this, guys. Sorry, I'm buzzing away here, enjoying myself and forgetting to show you what I'm doing. If you wanted to, I presume you could just line it all and then cut them in with a hot knife or something, just so everything looks flush on the top, but at the end of the day, I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to go one more, I think. Right. That piece I cut off there is not long enough. Let's cut another one. So I want about that wide. I'll slide down in there. Height wise, I want to be about there. Yep, we're winning. Let's go a bit longer that way. Yeah, that's fine. Let's stick that in there. Yeah, that's a good fit. That's a great fit. So I'm not too worried about the end there, but I will put a piece across there. But I'll get this camera sorted out first. No, I'll go on to the GoPro first. In this corner here, or something, I think. Keep everything out the way of there. I might be able to put my cables and things around that. If I thought about it, I could have probably pushed it up to the edge, but hey ho. Mind you saying that, I could always glue that piece back in and cut it up the edge. I'll have a look in a minute. I'll get this lined up on here first, the GoPro. Again, we want about. I have got a tape measure here, but I just can't be bothered. There's no need for it really. It's just trial and error, trial and error. It's all about having a go, making things, you know, cost effective. I mean, you can go out and spend $200 or $300 on a camera box if you want to, but you know, I mean, this is $4 from Kmart. Bit of sticky foam I've got lying around from work, bit of packing foam. So at the end of the day, it's probably going to cost me $6 or $7 to make it. So yeah, and all your equipment's nice and safe. So that's a perfect fit for the GoPro there. I like that. Okay guys, I've got the GoPro strapped to me at the front here, just so you can see. I did put it up on the tripod, but it was way too high up. Looked like it was back in 1965. Alright, so let's get the camera. That's the plan. Let's just shut that off. Yeah, I've got to trim that. I might leave that on actually, because I normally got it on the tripod. I've got to cut that away. Let's get the knife. Alright, I had to take it off my chest, it was just falling everywhere. So, back to it. Put that away for the lens. Put this away for the lens. it's catching. I think it just needs to be a little bit wider. Cut that corner away as well where the strap goes. Oh, that glue didn't last long. And I'm also going to cut around the tripod mount. I think it's just rocking on its ovalness at the bottom, but yeah, that will do. So the strap I'm going to leave there. So again, I'll cut some of this to go in there. And the question is, do I need anything else down here? Or do you think that will hold itself? I say, I don't know why it's doing that. I can't see it touching any of the foam down below. But no, that'll be fine, we can get it out like that. Yep, that one will work. Alright. So we've got the drift, yeah, the voice recorder, the big camera and the GoPro that you're watching me on will go in there. I'll put something across here and I'll hot glue on this back in the right position because it's all come out, and I'll put another piece across here I think so we can hold the GoPro in, and then I can use this spot for something else. Alright, swap cameras and I'll come back to you. Okay. So yep, camera's missing, it's up there, you're watching. The drift, that's nice. Oh, I might just put a little bit on the end lens there just to stop it moving about. I've got a little bit there, I'll use that. Best thing about these drifts as well, they've got a cover, so if you scratch the lens, you're just under those screws and you can replace the cover. They're only about $5 or $6 to replace it, so they're really cheap, and yeah, which is handy. So if you do get a couple of scratches on it, it's no big deal. That's perfect now. Perfect. Alright, so we got that all set up with the camera earlier, the GoPro, sorry, the Panasonic camera. Now we're going to use this one. So I'll cut another little bit of plastic across there. And I need my tape measure now. 40 mil. What I might do is I might just line that both sides. In fact, I'll line there and I'll line there. If I cut a V, then I can find my knife. You see that? Just cut a V in there like that. Not all the way through, but just deep enough. So what I'm basically doing is trying to use the corner with the foam. So when I glue, it glues it all together as well and holds it together. That's a bit posh, that one. I'm not going to do another one because I was very lucky doing that. That was pot luck more than anything. Trim that down at an angle. And that one down at an angle. Height wise, top of there. Is that glue gun warm enough? Yep. Heat glue that and peel this. I would say perfection, but not quite. But it works. It works. I just leave that little pocket there, that'd be ideal. I might put some more around here later on, as I say, but you get the gist. Alright, that's basically it down the bottom end, the packing and whatever. So what we'll do now is we'll get the tray. Alright, there we go guys. So I've got my HDMI chargers, my leads, my voice recorder charger. I've got a split system here, USB, so that I can just plug in. So that gives me 4 options from a PowerPoint to plug into. Also the battery packs. I'm going to have to come up with an idea for the battery packs. A couple of GoPro mounts, SD cards, a couple extra GoPro mounts in there. My main lead for the big camera, a pair of earphones, another microphone for the voice recorder, 2 chargers, leads for my Bluetooth intercom system for the helmets. That's it. I've got that, but that's a spare. It's just a one-way where I've got that one, it's 2, so I'll just throw that one to one side. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you got a bit of use out of it. But yeah, have a go, have a go. Still got a spare place there, so we'll come up with something for that. Did I say? Spare place? Spare things. Perfect. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. So there we have it, my nice little box, all tidy, everything's in one place. I don't think I'll be carrying it on the bike, but it's just somewhere to keep everything inside the garage, workshop, in your study, whatever. You just know you've got everything all in one place rather than bits here, bits there. There you go. All right, as the motto goes, fantastic.